Hi, I'm Eric. Welcome to Everyday Readiness. This show is going to be about real world prepping, about prepping for things that you and I are likely to see. We're not going to be talking about end of the world. We're not going to be talking about nuclear disaster most of the time. A little bit here and there, but we're going to talk about the surprises and the things that are right around our door that all of us have to deal with on a regular basis, or that might pop up into our lives. We can talk about being ready for the unexpected, being ready to care for ourselves, our families, our communities. We've seen natural disasters like hurricanes and wildfires that have torn up California, Hawaii, Texas, South Carolina, all over the place. These things have popped up just here in the last 6 months to a year. The last 5 years, we've seen civil unrest and riots in urban America. We also have more mundane emergencies we can prepare for, personal hardships such as job loss, power failures as the grid ages and our electrical system gets older and less reliable. We're more and more likely to see, failures that may extend for a period of time. At our place here in western Montana, we lost power for almost a week and a half because of a sudden freak windstorm. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but these are things that you might see. These are things you might have to deal with, and we're going to help you learn how to do that. We're going to help you learn how to be comfortable, how to survive, how to take care of your community. Being prepared and ready really just makes sense. It's just a good idea in the modern world. It's a good idea at any time. It doesn't have to be a big deal or a huge intrusion into your lifestyle, but it just makes sense. And using this channel, we're going to build our skills. We're going to build our readiness. We're going to take this trip together. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? Well, I don't know everything. That's the first thing right out the gate. I'm learning a lot of this stuff as we go. You'll learn it right along with me. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm learning. We'll be making improvements on my place. We'll be talking about general things that we know. But I do have a lot of experience that's relevant. I'm retired from the U.S. Coast Guard with a motto of always ready, semper paratus. That's been a lifestyle for a long time. I was retired chief petty officer from there. In addition, I spent some time in civilian law enforcement, almost 10 years as a small town police officer. And then just through my normal course of my life, rural living, country living, interest in homesteading, just picked up things here and there and had an interest in this topic for quite some time. So I've picked up a lot along the way that we can find useful together, and I'm still learning. Like I said, we will figure out some more of it together. I'm located in western Montana, kind of on the edge of the Rocky Mountains, and so a lot of my prepping will be, a lot of my information I'm going to give you is going to be relevant to a rural situation and a Western Rockies type situation, but I'm going to make a point to talk about rural prepping, urban prepping. We're going to talk about different areas of the country that come up. If they see things come up in the news, we might take a look at that. We saw the hurricanes in South Carolina. We would definitely be talking about that if that happened now while we're making the show. So we'll be doing that. And also, if you guys have something you want to hear about, let me know in the comments, and we will see if we can get into that today. That my interest in prepping and resiliency and self-sustainability came from really watching Hurricane Katrina so many years ago. I was a lot younger then, of course, just starting out in life. But I watched on the TV as all these people had their homes ripped away from them and disaster hit them, and they had to rely on things like going to the Superdome or going to a refugee shelter or toughing out in the neighborhood and dealing with anarchy on the streets, lawlessness on the streets, and a lack of services as basic as plumbing and electricity. I saw that, and I decided then and there that I did not want my family to be reliant on a refugee shelter or a Superdome if that were to happen where I live. So I've been trying ever since then to get to the point where we don't have to do that. If something comes and hits my property, hits my place where I live, we can handle it for extended periods of time. And we have handled small emergencies for extended periods of time. And we're always getting better, we're always improving. I like always be able to do that. I think everybody should be able to do that. The more you're able to take care of yourself, not depend on anybody else, the better off you are. That's not to say that we're an island unto ourselves. Your community is a very important part, as we'll see in other videos and other series. We'll talk about this at length later as well, but this is also not a lone wolf survival kind of channel. This is a realistic preparation channel. And part of being realistic is that people tend to come together and help each other in emergency if possible. I mean, always be ready to protect yourself and protect your family, but you're really not going to be able to get through a major event alone. And if you can, it'll be a lot easier to get through with a good community. So what's this channel going to bring to you? As I've emphasized several times already, we are looking to help people prepare for the high probability, high to medium impact events that'll happen. We're not really focusing on the high impact, low probability events like asteroid strikes or EMP attacks or nuclear war, although an awful lot of what we're going to talk about is going to be relevant in those situations were they to come up, and we will brush on them once in a while just because it's part of the community and we want to make sure that we're touching on the bases. But we're talking about the things that are more likely to see, the things that somebody in this nation or across the world will see in any given year. So we're really focusing on practical, real world prepping. That's the name of the station, of that channel, Real World Readiness. We're really looking at getting you through the things that you're most likely to see. You know, civil unrest, power outages, wildfires here in the West is a big one. Matter of fact, we're going to have a series later in the year as spring rolls in, as I prepare my place for wildfire survival, and also I'll show you my preparations in case we have to beat feet because of a wildfire and get out in a hurry. So we're going to work on that together too. We'll go through that together as one of the topics we're going to hit. We're going to go over skills. We're going to learn skills together. I'm going to demonstrate skills that I already have. I'm going to learn skills on video with you so you can learn them along with me. We're going to talk about gear. We're going to get gear and review it. We're going to play with it. We're going to take it out and see if it does what it does. Part of being ready is not only having these things, but knowing how to use them. So we're going to work on that. We're going to see what works, what doesn't. We're going to see what types of gear are better than others. We may go into different aspects and try different products that do the same thing and test them head to head. So do some gear stuff. We're going to talk about ideas like we're doing right now. I'll sit right here in front of this microphone. We'll have a conversation. We'll bring up ideas, things we want to talk about, and just get the ideas out there. A lot of this is just getting in your head and thinking about what you might need, preparing mentally for the spaces that you might need to operate in. And we're going to learn these things together. Like I said, I know a lot, don't get me wrong, but I don't know it all by a long ways. And I will be learning things right along here with you. You're going to see me learning them. You're going to learn them from me, with me. It's going to be a good time. I think we'll have a lot of fun doing this. So that's what we got to look forward to. That's about it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're going to come back and see what we're doing. If you did like it, please click on subscribe and hit me with a like. We'll get more content like this out to you. In the meantime, from Everyday Readiness, stay safe, stay ready.